There you go. Nice solid blast of Dominican smoke from a cigar. A totally legal entity, nothing but a cigar. Thank you for joining us at Two Hands and a Face Audio. To clarify, here are the two hands. Here's the face of the guitar. You don't need to see my face. Nobody needs to see that. Long story. Anyway, Dr. Frankenstein can tell you more about it. But on this occasion, we're having a look at the Paul Reed Smith Sonzera 20 combo amplifier. You might have guessed from the name and the nomenclature that it is a 20-watt amp, and it features a Celestion Vintage 30 speaker. We all know how excellent Celestion is at making speakers that rattle just right for the occasion. And Paul Reed Smith, we know, is a purveyor of very fine six-string instruments, but they do dip into the amp market, and in my opinion, they do an excellent job, especially the Sonzera series piece we're looking at on this occasion. So, let's dig right in. I'll demonstrate the clean sound. My trusty Strat with its Seymour Duncan pickups. We've got a beautiful clean tone right off the bat. It's nice and round, it's clear, it's articulate. It does not lack for warmth at all. Here it is in the neck position. I might point out while we're demonstrating the clean channel that it has an absolutely gorgeous reverb. It is a spring reverb, but it's so well filtered that it's got a long, lush, smooth tail on it rather than a cartoonish, springy sound to it. I'll demonstrate. Great sounding reverb. Now I'm going to turn it up to an exaggerated state, just so you can hear the depth and the lushness of it. Now, nobody's going to use it at this level, but I'm going to turn it up to make the point. Here we go, turning up the reverb. That's what we're doing to a ridiculous level. So it's almost like a plate reverb. I mean, this is a really, really nice, smooth, even, lush, beautiful, I might even characterize it as slightly warm reverb. Beautiful reverb. So we're going to turn it back down, bring it back from no man's land to where somebody might actually use it, a quarter of the way up. So we're very, very happy with this reverb. Very happy overall with the clean sound. I mean, it is beautiful sounding clean. So, having demonstrated to some small extent the clean sound of the amp, let's move on to the distortion channel. And I might point out that each channel has its own EQing opportunities. The clean channel has a bass and treble control. There is a global presence control that operates on both channels, so that'll give you some lower mid and mid boost, or kind of pull it up into the sight picture for you. There is a traditional 3-option stack on the EQ on the distortion channel. It's bass, mid, and treble. And I've seen this amp reviewed on a number of occasions. I've heard it said that this is not a rock and roll amp. This is a screaming rock and roll amp. The distortion channel on this really surprised me. Knocked me out, you might say. Let's take a look at it, or listen to it. Both, if you wish. Here's the clean channel. Here's the distortion channel. On a nominal setting, we're going to bring it way down to like 10% so we can show off its kind of bluesy character. So. great, kind of a tight low end feel for like rhythm playing in the rock and roll tradition. Very, very tight, very, very smooth, and not a lot of distortion going on, just enough grit to get you there. You can enhance the kind of mid-range bite with the presence control. So get a little bit more out of the center section with the presence control. And the drive control is set extremely low right now. I'm going to bring it all the way up to noon, the halfway mark, and you begin to see that this thing takes its distortion pretty damn seriously. Nothing light or airy about that. That's got some serious teeth. It's ringing into some serious feedback. It's got some beautiful overtones, the natural compression you expect from this level of gain. This thing has got teeth, man. No two ways about it. So this thing has got some serious ass to it, to put it in those terms. Let's go ahead and do something freakish with the distortion. Let's turn it up to the 3/4 mark and let you hear some serious crunch coming from this thing. Okay, we're getting into some definite high crunch, some definite feedback. This particular amp is fitted on the distortion channel with what the PRS folks are calling a gain bright switch. So the gain bright switch, obviously, is implied by the name, it accentuates the highest possible realm of the frequency spectrum represented on an electric guitar. But what it serves to do is emphasize the attack. So let's hear this chord without the gain bright switch engaged. Now we'll engage it with some noise and listen to the difference. That's a lot of teeth added by that gain bright switch. So this thing is very, very effectual. I'm going to go ahead and push the distortion up near the top. You never run it all the way up. It's like slamming the accelerator in a sports car. But we're at 90% of the gain ceiling of this amp. And I'm just going to demonstrate with some of these power chords again. That's what we want from a distortion channel. So whatever you've heard about this amp in terms of its distortion channel being here or there, it is overwhelmingly here, man. This thing has got teeth. It's got a beautiful, quiet effects loop at your disposal. It's got a global presence control. It's got that beautiful lush reverb that also operates on both channels. Each channel has its own tone shaping feature. We've got bass and treble on the clean channel, then a full 3-band tone stack on the distortion channel. I can't recommend enough for you to go try one of these amps. You're going to get something from this amp that you probably won't get from your wife. Please check it out. You won't be disappointed. And if you like what you saw tonight, I hope you'll hit the subscribe button and join us on a regular basis. We've got a lot more gear to review for you, a lot more shots of bourbon to drink, a lot more good cigars to smoke, and a lot more dumb jokes to deliver. Thank you again for joining us. Come and see us at Two Hands and a Face Audio. Peace and be well.